Hello and welcome to the Heresy Lodge. I am your host, Dylan Cooper, the Constant Coast over here.
Gavin Franklin.
Guys, we are here to finally talk about Frodo and his long-ass journey.
Which we didn't finish.
This is fair. I am almost done. I'm like a chapter and a half away.
Oh, that's not bad.
Hmm.
You know, I have one of Katie's friends just started watching Lord of the Rings. And then her and her boyfriend broke up in the middle of the fellowship.
Oh man.
So she's like, I kind of like it.
Were they watching the Fellowship? And she's like, you know what? They have such a strong bond, and our bond sucks. All right, I'm out of here.
Listen, if you looked at me with half the passion that Sam looks at Frodo.
Why do you not call me master and suck my toes?
I am your precious. So we've been watching. We just finished Fellowship actually last night, so we've been watching it again.
Regular or extended?
I only watch extended. I think I'll tell you what. I don't know how many extended scenes are in the Fellowship. I don't think it's a lot.
Honestly, like I don't even like I just like watch them. I'm pretty sure I only have the extended editions.
I think so too.
I don't know if I've ever seen the non-extended.
Yeah, I think I might be in the same boat. So I'm like watching it and I'm like, it's long, but it's always been long.
Yeah. Yes. It's always been like 7 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I spend the whole night. I've only watched one movie.
So Heresy Lodge.
Yes. Guys, check us out on Discord. Find Pen to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. Email us at theheresylodge@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube at the Heresy Lodge. We have merch. Neither of us are repping it. Hasn't been updated.
Yeah, I'm not. I was checking around. I've got a lot of different reps, but
I don't know what's happening, but your like camera's having a seizure like randomly sometimes.
Oh, really?
It just goes real bright for a second. It's weird.
I've got a feeling it's.
Now I lost your audio. Yeah, your audio's gone.
No, it's back.
There you are.
If I move the cord at all, my Yeti microphone's like, whoa, what the
fuck is going on?
We're going off for a whole few seconds to evaluate the situation.
It's just being extra safe. But yeah, guys, that's us. Gavin, what are you drinking?
Well, we've been sitting here talking for a while.
Yeah, it's been about 45 minutes.
Yeah. And this was the second time in Heresy Lodge history where we had to stop the recording midway through. Not midway.
It was 1 minute.
2 seconds.
It was like 10 seconds.
10 seconds in. So this is a reshoot. I was in the process of talking. Well, Dylan hit record. Which, by the way, here's another thing I'm going to go on a slight tangent before I go into the. We use Zoom for our recording, and I have to always give Dylan permission to record because he's the one that records it, and he always has to request permission because I'm an idiot and I forget. And then every time he doesn't have to request permission because I'm not an idiot and I don't forget, I don't get praise because the recording just starts. I did it this time. Praise. Yeah, I feel like it's just like, wow, I need some recognition that I remembered to allow you to record.
I'm glad it took you 3 years. I mean, I think we've only been using Zoom for 2 years.
Yeah, probably 2 years. Maybe 3 years. I mean, it's been a rough road.
It has been. It's still rough sometimes.
But yeah, so what I'm drinking. I'm drinking drinking a mixed drink that was up to here when we started. What is it? So I've been doing like a lot of mixology stuff recently. Just
dude, I don't want to get into cocktail making.
It's fun as fuck.
But I also want to like be drinking less since I've been getting into running again. So it's this really weird mix in my life right now. Like I want to have like a cocktail every night.
Yeah. Two conflicting. That's tough.
That is tough because once I start, I don't want to stop.
You want to try something else.
Maybe a problem. I don't know.
I've been doing a lot of cocktail mixing, but I don't know. I used to like follow a book, and then like I'm this way with cooking too, where I'm like, I'm just gonna try and like figure some shit out and see if it tastes good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think like at first you kind of need to know like
what the
what goes
base.
well together. And
Yeah,
then like from there, you're like, okay, from past experience, like, okay, well, I know like lemon and lime, for instance, those go together. So
pretty
it's like,
good.
let's try something random.
Yeah, I'll give you a for instance here. So
Somebody calling you
this
on Zoom?
somebody tried to call me at work. I declined.
Ignore.
So this is coconut rum
Mm. Hard
with
truth?
no. Well, yes,
Oh,
I had a
okay.
little bit left. The rest is Malibu.
Ah, man. Hard truth is the best coconut rum.
So good. And then I added some cinnamon. Oh my gosh, he's just calling again. I added some cinnamon moonshine
Ooh.
and then a little bit of chocolate carousel. So it's chocolate, cinnamon, coconut. It's like
Sounds really sweet.
it is a very sweet drink. And then I smoked it. So it's got a toasted, sweet kind of taste to it.
Like a toasted s'more or some shit.
Yes, it's very much like a toasted s'more thing.
Well, as the big strong man that I am drinking straight bourbon. And this is so last year I went through the story of how my wife has a family friend whose son has like some like incurable disease, and they started a nonprofit, and one of the things that they do every year is they have a bourbon bash. Part of that bourbon bash is they have a bourbon specifically for it. So from Old Hammer, I am drinking the Warrior for Warner batch number or barrel number 2, which is better than
Most
barrel number 1.
it's better.
It is better. It's not as strong. The other one's really I actually compared them the other night because I gotta try both and compare them. The first barrel was like 128%, and it really punches you in the mouth. This one's only 100%. It's a little punch in the mouth. But no, it's good. It's better. Um, they are having the gala here in August, so I'll probably talk about that there then as well. For if anyone's interested in donating to INAD, it's literally research into incurable diseases for children. So worth checking out. Disclaimer: my wife is on the board. We make no money off this. Promise. She does
Oh,
not get paid.
she's on the board.
She is on the board. Became a board member last month or 2 months ago.
Mm, wow. I feel like people are doing things in life that I am
Yeah.
contributing
She's
to
like, do you care
society.
if I do this? I'm like, no. Good for you. I would never.
I mean, kind of. It makes me feel like shit. I'd prefer if you didn't.
Look, lady, I don't want you to be a good person. All right. I also want you to shit on our neighbor's yard to let them know that we are superior.
That's what I'm really looking for.
I want to watch my neighbor clean up my shit.
God.
If my neighbors watch, I don't mean anything I just said.
Your neighbors are definitely not
They're
watching
not.
all day. So, Lord of the Rings.
Frodo in particular.
I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I was going to. And the
I
reason
agree.
why, and I agree with what you were saying, it's the battles in Helm's Deep. They weren't as interesting in the book as they were in the movie. Aragon is a less interesting character in the book because he's all like, my daddy
Yeah.
owns the castle.
Yeah, that and like I feel like Smeagol is a better character in the books as well.
I agree. Although
He's really creepy and like the like yin yang of him just like feels like like just really good like reading or like listening to on the audiobook. Like the guy that does the audiobook is so good.
yeah, I the funniest thing about Smeagol, I had a moment where I was reading. I was like, I cannot believe
I am Smeagol.
it's like I wish the ring, and I think it kind of is. It's like conscious, right?
Mhm.
And like Smeagol's like, can I have the ring? And I won't take it anywhere near Sauron. I'll just take it fishing and out by the ocean and eat some fish. And the ring's like, please, for the love of fucking God.
This guy's fucking weird, man. Like, I don't want to go on a date with him.
He just literally just eats fish like so much.
He's not funny. He's not good looking.
I am a unstoppable ring of power who controls the most powerful creatures on Middle Earth. And this dude just wants to go fishing with me.
It's fucking weird, man. All right.
He's been doing it for 100 years. I want to kill people. Like
And
the
he's
ring
still fucking kicking just fine.
He sees Smeagol and Frodo's like, oh, you can guide us. And the ring's like, God, no, I'll guide you. I'll show you. I'll show you how to get to Mount Doom. Kill the thing. Please kill Smeagol.
I will fucking levitate and point in directions. All right. Do not take this fucker. He's weird.
It's so crazy to me that, like, Smeagol, like, if the ring of power, the ring that is destined to destroy all kinds of, just all of Middle Earth and all of the humans and all the dwarfs, rules them all. And for like 40, 50, 60 years, Smeagol was just walking around with it. Like, how fucking pathetic of the ring.
For real. Also, what really confuses me too about like Smeagol's story is that like previously in like the first part of this book, it talked about how like basically the orcs are the ones that freed Smeagol. But he is like not about that shit.
Wait, the orcs freed Smeagol?
Kind of, right? Like it was like they said that like it seemed planned that the orcs attacked the 5 elves watching him climb a tree because he's a free Dobby.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I don't know what that is too, because or maybe the orcs thought Smeagol had the ring, but they knew he didn't.
Yeah, they know Baggins does.
Because they tortured Smeagol first.
Whatever their torture is like. I imagine it's like tickling.
Orcs is
the
tickling.
dwarves are like, you fucking held us in fucking caverns for like a year and you fed us. It was weird. All right. We weren't like a big fans of it. And then like for Dobby who they're torturing, they're just like
well,
not Dobby, fucking Smeagol. I'm on a Dobby kick right now, I guess. Smeagol, Dobby, they're the same, aren't they?
We could write a whole
weird little fucked
fiction.
up creatures.
There's a whole fan fiction about this. Dobby would love you. You have him close, Mr. Elf.
Smeagol's like, my precious, no.
Little tickle fingers.
And you have Smeagol, then you have Golem. Golem's like, stop tickling me. And Smeagol's like, oh no, not the testes.
This guy's really weird. Can you guys let me out? He's freaking me out.
Oh, you're a good elf. You're a very good elf.
Golem will handle Dobby's sorcerer stones.
Oh, you're a bad elf.
Oh, jeez.
This is why we have 3 viewers on our Lord of the Rings episodes.
Insert wand joke. I don't know. Man.
The one chooses the master, Harry.
So Frodo and Sam they left the whole squad. They left the fellowship and they're making their way through these rocks. And it was probably 10 pages of them trying to figure out how the fuck they're gonna get down this cliff.
Yeah, it was long. And you literally have Sam like, or it was for like, man, we had a rope. And Sam's like, holy shit, I have a rope.
Dude, I am convinced. I do not. So you know how they say like Lord of the Rings influenced D&D?
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. What actually happened was Tolkien invented D&D and ran the first session, and that's what Lord of the Rings is based off of. Because you will not find anywhere else in the world where you have a 10-page conversation about them arguing about how they're going to get down this cliff. And then randomly, one of the people's like, "Oh, I got a fucking rope."
That is just keeps getting longer as we climb. This is so weird.
It's so perfect because Frodo's like, "Man, if only we had rope." That's like one of the players, like, nudge, nudge, fucking hint, hint, dude. The elves gave you a rope.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like literally D&D. It's D&D right in a nutshell.
Honestly, Smiggle's like the very plays D&D like me, where I'm like, I'm gonna go fuck off and do something, and then I'll come back when I come back.
I'm hungry. Yeah, so they make their way. They use this magical rope, and they make it down to the bottom of this crevice, and that is half of the second book of the Two Towers.
Yeah, it's pretty long. Which, I mean, I don't know where you're at yet. What's the last thing you have? I
They
don't
just
really.
they just left the Black Gate.
Okay. So like,
Spoil away. I've probably seen it or heard about it.
I don't know. You know, the more like I read, like the more like I need to rewatch the movies to see like what's different.
The books really, I've been watching the movies, and the books have almost ruined the movies for me. Not because
In
the
what
books are
way?
not because the books are better,
I agree.
because I'm watching it and I'm like, I know so much weird knowledge about the shit that's occurring that they decided to leave out of the movie for good reason
Yeah.
that I'm just distracted all the time. It's like they're heading down like the river, for instance, and Boromir's like, "What decision are you gonna make, Frodo?" And everyone who's watching the movie is like, "Oh, is he deciding to give it to Boromir or take it?" It's like, actually, they've been struggling for like weeks about whether or not they should just go to Minas Tirith and then from there get an army to go to Mordor.
Yeah.
Like the plan was never in stone since Gandalf died, so they thought that they were going to use an army to get to Mordor. That was not talked about in the movies.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, it makes way more sense what the movie did. It's more intriguing. I like it. Makes the ring have more ominous feel to it. But it's like little things like that. That's like, I know like what Peter Jackson's getting at here, but he's kind of skirting around it and turning it into something else. And I appreciate that. But I hate that I'm thinking about all this while watching the movie.
Correct me if I'm wrong too, but like in the movies, don't they like mix in like that story and Frodo's story? And, like it's just kind of like back and forth,
Yeah. Well,
which is way
interestingly,
better.
like he wrote them together and split them into two books. And the audio book that I was listening to went back and forth.
See, that's way better.
I agree. It is a lot better. Because in the movies, the Frodo's story is very boring, but in the books, it's like there's definitely points where I kind of don't give a shit about Ints anymore.
What? But you could run into like ints, or you could run into like, ints.
Yeah, like when that part of the movie comes up, like when we start watching, uh, the Two Towers and the Ints are there, I'm like, I have so much useless knowledge that I can
Oh
talk.
boy, you guys pause. You guys want to hear some shit?
Exactly, that's exactly what I feel like. I'm like, I want to pause this, but I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
That's
You're
what
like,
you should do. Like next watch, like you just pause. Like, let me tell you what is not told here. I
there's
have lore, and I must share lore.
like to know that like Saruman doesn't die there. Like, okay, here's something that like was fucking crazy. In the movie, in the Fellowship, when Galadriel has Frodo look into the well, right?
Mhm.
And Frodo sees like the burning of the Shire. Katie was like, "Oh, well, that's because that's what could happen if Frodo doesn't deliver the ring to Mordor." I'm like, actually,
Pause. Actually,
that
pushes
does
up
happen.
glasses.
That does happen. And like everyone was so confused about why like Galadriel went all fucking crazy. I'm like, well, it doesn't really explain it in the movies, but the elves are gonna die basically. Like their magic's gonna go away when the One Ring's destroyed, because the one thing that's keeping the elves there is the power of the three rings that remain secret from Saruman, and they're not quite sure what will happen when the One Ring's destroyed to the three rings, so they might lose all magic in Middle Earth that the elves are tied to. And everyone was like, "What?" I'm like, "You
Steam
know,
like blowing out of their ears.
yeah." And I'm like, "You know what? I think the movie did an okay job not talking about that."
Jesus Christ, guys, what don't you understand?
And like I'm also like a huge nerd of the movies. So there are scenes where like I'll pause and be like, "Did you know Viggo Mortensen deflected a real knife there?" It's like constant pausing. And they're like, there'll be moments where they're like, "Oh, the Uruk-hai are born out of trees." I'm like, I don't think that's actually what happens. I think the Uruk-hai are just like a clan of orcs. It's like nothing. It's weird.
Listen here, you dumb bitches. Let's me drop some lore.
And that's why like I'm watching it and I get so frustrated with myself because I'm like, I hate that I know
I want
stuff.
to talk about this so bad.
I want to talk about it, but I also like the movies are good. Like I
They
should
are
just
good.
watch the movies.
Yeah, like nothing. I mean, obviously Tolkien like created a bunch of fantasy. Like fantasy would not be like what it is without Tolkien. But woo, I mean, he's a good writer, but man, that motherfucker can draw things out.
Yeah. Yep.
It's sometimes it's tough.
Like I really wonder
When
why
I'm
Peter Jackson
75 songs in, I'm like, this is it. This is how I die.
this is so I really wonder why Peter Jackson decided to leave out the scene where Gimli asked for a piece of Galadriel's hair.
Yeah. What the
What's up
hell?
with that? Like, I want to pause it when Galadriel hands the light to Frodo and be like, "Did you know Gimli's a fucking simp?"
What does Gimli get in the movie? Does he get a belt too? Like
He
every
doesn't get it. No one gets anything. It doesn't show the gifts. It just shows the light that she gives to Frodo.
oh damn. You missed all the belts?
Like, just all the belts. They were like, it was like all the cool people
All right.
got shit that was important, and then everyone else got belts.
Didn't know what to give you, so here's a belt, here's a belt, and then you have Gimli like, give me your pubes. Like, belt?
This wasn't plucked from my head.
Gimli's like, oh, I'm gonna treasure this. You don't even understand.
I'll put it away for good keeping.
I'm gonna make a different ring from this.
It'll be the real ring of power. There's a whole nother side story here. Saruman in the Ring of Power try to corrupt Gimli. It's like, trust me, what you will offer me comes nowhere
The
close.
only way you can get this ring is with your mouth. It never leaves. Where is Madame Gadriel? She's the only
But
one.
first, wear this wig. So anyway, they make their way through these rocks, and then Gollum, they find Gollum like crawling on the rocks, and they ambush him, and they kidnap Gollum. And there's this scene that I thought, well, this scene was really interesting to me, where Frodo was like, I have the ring. You want the ring. I have power over you." And like this was not shown at all in the movies. Like literally, Frodo uses the ring and the power of the ring to influence Gollum into swearing by the ring. So it's not just like a mutual fine, I'll help you. It's like literally magical power dynamic happening between Frodo and Gollum, which was really cool because it talks about how the ring is only powerful to those who have power. And since the ring had power over Gollum, Frodo has power over Gollum, and it was able to use that magically.
Yeah.
And that's how like a lot of people are confused by like what power the ring has. that's how the ring bearer has power over the other ring bearers. Is it's like you are corrupted and possessed by this, and therefore I can influence you and force you to serve my will, just like Frodo did to Gollum, which was super fucking cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Like probably one of the coolest parts, one of the coolest differences that I noticed I had no idea about. I was like, oh, this actually adds some tangible power and some tangible freakishness to the ring.
Yeah, and I mean, the ring just always like feels like just fucking random. Like I've never been like, wow, that ring is so powerful. Like, I put a ring on in a video game and like my magic skill goes up by 3%. Like, all right, cool.
Cool.
I like that's kind of like how I feel, but the entire ring is like, sure,
3% magic buff,
maybe I go invisible.
maybe. Unless you're Tom Bombadil.
Yeah, Tom Bombadil just like, yeah, look at me, I'm beautiful.
Man, so I just switched over beer to beer. Golden Road Guava Cart,
Guava cart.
not Mango Cart. I'm switching it up today. You're in for a treat.
Is it better? I like guava a lot.
It's very good.
I mean, I like mango cart, but guava cart sounds really good.
Golden Road was like, let's really take the good fruit and turn it into a good beer, and they did great. Like Golden, like fucking props.
Yeah, I I, I need to find me some of that.
Some guava cart. So they sell them. They've been doing this more recently now. I've never seen a pack of guava cart, but they do variety packs of Golden
Okay.
Road. And it comes with this. There's one that's like mm, a cerveza. It's like a Mexican lager. They make a Mexican lager. It's pretty good. It's good cerveza.
So basically, it's just beer in Spanish.
Well, yeah, but when you say cerveza,
It's a great cerveza.
It's a Mexican lager, you know. Um, and it's pretty good. And then they make one like it's so cool because they have the person working the cart on all the cans.
Yeah.
And the mango carts that do work in mango. Here you got someone working guava, I think. Well, I don't know what guava looks like, but they're
Where's is this like Southern California where the brewery's from?
well, they have a brewery. Oh, you know what? So it's in California. Let me check this though. Because this might be important.
It might be important. This is for
I think it's possible. I need to double check, but they might have a brewery in St. Louis.
Hmm. Well,
Hmm.
well, it might be near there soon.
We might be near there soon. I agree. Something to
I
look
mean,
into.
that might be cooler than Budweiser.
It might be. I would agree. I'd be down with some Golden Road. But then they have another one that's a spicy. It's a spicy one. I can't remember what the fruit is, but it's very. I don't know. I don't like spicy beer.
Spicy drinks in general freak me out.
You know, you ever get into spicy margs?
I've had, I've only had one that was good. Most of them are like, cool, I guess. And it was like some random. I was at a barcade in Dallas, Texas. That, and it was like the bartender's like, he's like, I was like, what do you want to like? Make me something crazy. And he made me like with some like whatever. It was like some like jalapeno infused tequila, and it was actually good. It's the only time I've ever had like a spicy drink. Where it's like, okay, that's actually really good.
Hmm. Jalapeno infused tequila.
Normally, I'm
That's,
like, I don't want my drink spicy.
yeah, that's a lot.
Like I drink something because something's spicy, not the other way around.
I drink something for it to be spicy. Yeah. Um. So they make their way. Then they get to the swamp.
The swamp is pretty different in the movie, right? Like,
I have no idea. I'm
doesn't
so
Frodo get
confused by
attacked
what.
in
So
the?
basically, what happens in the swamp is Frodo like falls into the water, and these ghosts come after him. That's what happens.
Yeah,
The swamp in the books is like There's ghosts, just don't look at them. And that's literally the swamp. It was about 10
I don't think
pages.
it's good. It's just they're just dead bodies.
Yeah, there's dead bodies in the water. Yeah. But then there's like ghosts that walk around with lights. Is that what it was?
I didn't get any indication of ghosts. I thought it was just
Who
like,
are the people with the lanterns, the lights? There was like a thing that,
yeah, yeah. I guess you're right. They're probably
yeah.
ghosts.
And then all these people, and correct me if I'm wrong, but did it say that like they were there from the battle with Morgath?
Yeah,
It mentioned Morgath, which
yeah.
was kind of crazy because this is like if you're following along on the timeline of like when things were released as a reader to Lord of the Rings, you'd be like, who the fuck is Morgath? Wait a minute, what? Because all of this is very new. All of like um he hasn't written the Silmarillion at this time. So no one actually has any idea like the real deep complexities behind a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
Is there anything that happens in the swamp that's that interesting?
Not really. They just all look in the water at some point and sees like dead bodies, and Sam's like, "Man, this shit's fucked."
It's
The whole
pretty.
time, Sam is like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah,
Fuck,
Sam gets there
fuck
and he's
all.
like, he gets to the gate. I remember his line. He's like, oh, if anyone saw me, they wouldn't recognize me because I'm dirty as fuck.
There it is. I'm losing weight.
I'm losing. I hate this. This fucking sucks. And then they get to the gate, and Frodo's like, let's go in the gate. And Sam's like, that's really dumb.
Yep.
Don't do that because there's a lot of orcs there.
Yep. And Golem's like, "Oh, I know a shaker. I know a shaker way.
I never
Come,
see.
follow Golem. Go. Or sorry, I'm Smeagol. I'm not Golem. I'm Smeagol. Golem's the bad Smeagol."
He's got like the most obvious tell.
Yeah, fucking like,
Gollum
and
will
Sam
eat.
calls him
I mean,
the stinky Smeagol or something.
yeah, he has Stinky and Sneaky and Stinky or something is
Yeah,
what he names them. But he isn't. What's so crazy is we've just entered a story that I think could be solved pretty greatly by just a really simple line of communication. Yo, Frodo, last night I heard Gollum and Smeagol talking to each other about how they might try and kill us and take a ring and take us to someone named She.
yeah. Well, in the movie though, doesn't he like put a blade up the Smeagol's neck, or was that later?
That all happens when Smeagol gets captured, but then later when they're climbing up the stairs, that's when like Sam gets kicked out, basically.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
But the whole thing is like absolutely nuts with this scenario because literally Sam hears a conversation with Smeagol. It's like, I can't wait to fucking kill these people and take them to her. And Sam's like, I don't need to tell Frodo that.
My master's looking too hot, and that little fucking rat thing got us some conies.
Some
Which why are
cone.
they calling rabbits conies?
That's what they used to call them.
That blows my mind because when I think of coney, I think of hot dog.
Hot dog. Tony dog. Get your hot dog.
There's a coney dog place now in Franklin.
Oh, really? They opened up a Coney dog place?
Yeah, on the square.
Is it like a gourmet hot dog thing?
So we tried it.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay. I mean I'm pretty sure it was like a cheap hot dog.
Yeah.
The Chicago dog was good that I had. The chili
Yeah.
cheese dog, it was fine.
Oh, dude, I love a good fucking chili cheese dog. Like a good chili cheese dog.
I just can never find a good chili cheese dog.
It's tough. It's
It
tough
is.
because it's
The
either
Chicago dog was good though.
yeah, yeah. I'm not, and I'm a bit of a picky eater. I don't like
You're a
onions.
bitch.
I don't
I
like onions.
normally don't like. I don't like tomatoes, but like this Chicago dog was actually good. I was like, all right.
Good deal. Good deal. I've been to a lot of places recently where they do like hot dogs, like gourmet. Like they put, I wouldn't say gourmet style, but they put all kinds of crazy shit. I've had a PB&J hot dog. I've had a pimento cheese hot dog.
I don't want no PB&J hot dog. What the fuck?
And like you eat it, and like the concept is like you eat it, it's supposed to be like, oh my God, this is good. I'm like, well, yeah, well, let's think about it, right? You got pig fat and
You got the
bread,
worst, the leftovers of the pig.
which is delicious.
It is. I love a good hot dog.
Dude, good. I agree. I mean, I will like. Here's the thing. I'll make a brat, right? And I will eat a brat plain,
I love a brat.
just a plain brat.
Brats are so fucking good.
Put a brat in a bun, and I'll eat it. It's like ketchup, mustard. That's all right, but the brat flavor that's the brat. That's the good part of the brat.
Remember when you stole
However,
my dad's brat?
I
Or
did
was that
steal
just a
your dad.
hot dog?
I stole your dad's hot dog. No, it was yeah, I think it was a hot dog. No, that part, the part of our fable is fading. Was it a brat or a hot dog? The world may never know. But I would take a good fucking hot dog, like a superior hot dog over a brat, like a good made hot dog.
Would I choose a hot? I don't know if I would choose a hot dog over. I mean, I love a brat.
This is what I'm saying is here's a brat. How good can a brat get? It's like the slope is very small and it levels out like right here.
I mean,
A
I
hot
think the
dog for me,
toppings are just so different for a brat, right? Like your topping options are right, like spicy mustard or mustard,
yeah, maybe
ketchup,
some sauerkraut.
yeah, sauerkraut, um, hot sauce maybe.
Yeah, you don't put a lot of toppings on a brat.
No,
Most of the time, you eat a
hot
brat
dog
plain.
kind of get a little crazy with. I think
You
you're right.
know, that's what I'm saying is like your hot dog value starts here, but its potential is up here, just a bit above a brat. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
You get a
fair.
fucking killer dog. I don't know. We really fucking tangented with the hot dogs and brat conversation here. You can tell that we read.
I'm almost done. I don't know what your problem is.
Well, here's the issue is there's actually
I've met
not a lot.
Boromir and like we've left Boromir. Boromir. It's Boromir.
Beer mirror, beer mirror. I'll tell you what, you beer mirror. I'm still thinking about Shadowfax.
So is Gandalf.
Now his piss tastes like mead.
Best piss this side of the Mississippi. First, like, what the fuck's the Mississippi? Oh, you'll know.
Best piss this side of the int wash. I'll tell you that much. Um, but here's the thing about Tolkien's writing. You can go 200 pages with nothing happening.
Yeah.
They show up at the Black Gate. They decide we're not going to go down the Black Gate. What's the next chapter? Let's do it.
So from there, Golem has this like, oh, I know a secret path.
Golem. I mean Smeagol.
I escaped from this like secret hidden path. No one knows about it. It's probably still there. And they're like, Sam's like, that sounds sketchy as fuck. Frodo's like, I would fuck this golem right now. Like, I am hard as a rock.
Frodo.
Yeah. Frodo's like, I don't know what this guy's on, but I'm following it. And Sam's like, quit fucking following him.
I love dominating this guy. Sam, it's kind of my thing. I don't know. You've been calling me master for a while and you've grown a little stale.
I'm this new master and it's hot. But so like that's what starts out. And they start following Golem to this secret path. And from there, they get into like this like wooded area and it's time for sleep. And Sam's like, all right, Frodo, you go first. All right. And Golem goes and he eats, he comes back with a rabbit. And Sam's like, holy fuck. There are Golem, Smeagol, whatever the fuck your name is.
Totally Smeagol.
I will lick
It's not
your
Golem.
asshole if you bring some more rabbits.
Lick your ass.
So Smeagol comes back with 2 rabbits. And he's like, I am going to stew the best fucking thing we've had in like 2 years.
Can you imagine though? I mean, a lot of people probably don't. This is just like a chapter in a book, but even remember going camping and like we cook like fucking ramen.
What? I've never
You know,
cooked ramen at a cookout or at a camping trip. I've only had like
so what did we eat?
probably hot dogs or like lunch meat sandwiches.
This comes back to the hot dog.
It's always a hot dog.
It's coming back to hot dogs.
It's
Listen,
always a wiener.
this is a fucking wiener in, wiener out scenario here. You get a hot dog camping, it's one of the best hot dogs you ever had.
Dude, there's nothing like a hot dog over a fire.
I mean, anything that you cook camping is like 3 times better than having it at your house. You could take
Makes
some
no fucking
dino
sense.
nugs and put it over some fire and you'd be like, God damn, these dino nugs.
Maybe it's like the sense of survival that like
Yes.
really makes it.
Like you made the fire and you made the thing. You took the ground and created food.
From this packaged hot dog.
These packaged I used to cook ramen noodles when I was camping. I was like, oh, I will never have ramen noodles better than these campfire ramen
There's like
noodles.
no like seasoning bag. It's
Like
just boiled noodles.
it's like on fire, boiling in my mouth. Oh, it's so good.
But so Smoot comes back with these rabbits,
So
and
the rabbits, they got to be the best fucking rabbits.
they
These
have
guys
to
have
be.
been on the road for like how long have they been on now? For like 8 months,
I think it's like a year at this point.
dude. Think about how good those fucking
Oh,
rabbits
I'm
taste.
sure they're great, but like Sam's like, Golem, I'm gonna cook these rabbits, and Golem's like, what the fuck? What do you mean you're gonna cook them? They're delicious. Just fucking bite it. And he's like, no, 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 no. I'm gonna blow some fucking minds. I'm cooking this shit. And Golem's pissed off. He's like, I cannot fucking believe this piece of shit hobbit. Cook it. It's great how it is. So he's like, Golem, I need you to find me some herbs. And Golem's like, go fuck yourself, bro. All right, you're cooking my rabbit.
Listen, Golem, you weird spidery bitch. Go and get me some goddamn.
Frodo's gonna have the biggest heart on when he wakes up with these conies.
Listen, you want Master to be happy?
So he ends up like, making this rabbit stew. And he wakes up Frodo, and Frodo's like, what are you doing awake? He's like, oh, rabbit. Sweet. So they eat this stew. Golem's so pissed off he left. He's like, I cannot fucking believe this shit. Cooking rabbit? What the fuck?
Fucking weird.
I don't understand like Golem as a character at all, because like,
He used to be human,
yeah, and now he can only like raw meat. That's like all he enjoys.
which is from the ring, but also like there should be like a oh yeah, I get it.
From the ring is oh, so the ring fucked up my taste buds. Frodo's like, give me more of that cooked rabbit.
Before the ring.
Bilbo's like, all right, I'm throwing a fucking party. Everything's fucking cooked.
You can drill into this in so many different ways. I'm thinking of the ring as like a diet pill advertisement. I used to weigh 280 pounds before I wore the Ring of Power.
I'm just trying to like Bilbo. That didn't make him fucking eat weird shit. Bilbo was like, let's fucking drink and eat. Like, this is my fucking thing. I'm a hobbit. It's what I do.
You got like a person talking to Colin. I call him. Did the ring make you want to eat raw rabbit? Or was that just like an excuse to eat raw rabbit? Were you always a monster? No, it was the ring. Here's 3 other examples of people that wore the ring that don't eat raw.
It's just really weird. Like Bilbo had it for a long time. He had it for like
And
60 years.
he cooks all of his shit.
Yeah.
Comes out. Turns out I've got a lot of weird fetishes. Okay.
I really like, I don't know like what Tolkien's good like doing here with Golem. Like, why is Golem Golem?
I don't know. I mean, he's had it for like 110 years, but Bilbo had it for like 90. I can't imagine that the
Yes.
span. And it's been said that I'm making these numbers up. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. But it's been said too that like Gollum was like close to a hobbit. He was a river folk or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I don't Gollum. I think Gollum's always been fucked up, and he's been looking for an excuse.
I mean, he did like kill his friend for the ring.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, like
His
how
only friend.
Like, listen, Bilbo didn't kill any friends. None of the
He killed
dwarves
some
killed
spiders.
Bilbo. No one killed Bilbo for the ring when he was in the Shire. Golem's like, it was the ring, I swear. Like, dude, you were introduced to that for like 30 seconds before you killed your first person. I
Yeah,
think you
like
in.
I don't like even then like Bilbo like wasn't like just that affected by the ring until like he had to give it up.
Yeah.
Other than he lived longer, apparently, is what Gandalf said.
I also hate this like flashback that Frodo has to Gandalf that's like, you shouldn't kill Golem because
He's the-
people kill too hastily now. And there's Gandalf just fucking slaughtering orcs.
The answer like
Why'd you kill those orcs? Well, they're orcs. I mean,
look at those fucking bastards. They're ugly.
Golem's pretty fucking ugly. And
And they mistake him for an orc
he did
several times.
children. It's a thing that Golem does. He eats children. Well, let's not be hasty. Murdering somebody now. Maybe we'll let him
He
out in
didn't
some.
rape them.
I don't think the orcs are doing that either. I think the orcs are fucking Urkai orc women.
If they exist, we don't know.
It's just so. Yeah, I agree. The whole thing is very strange with Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, you like I heard the beep beep, but you were here the whole time.
I was here the whole time.
Yeah,
Just like Gandalf was. Telling him not to
really
kill
was.
Gollum because he was part of his sex ring.
I'm also very confused because like when they're in like the lake here or the swamp, they see the flying thing that Gandalf is chasing.
Well, there's multiple of them. Could have been. There's 9 ring wraiths, right?
Oh, well, it's not a ring wraith. It's the fucking like bird thing.
Well, the ring wraiths are riding. Remember in the movies how they ride on the.
Did they talk about the ring wraiths riding those in the
Yeah,
book? Really?
yeah.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought they were just like their own fucking creatures.
No, they ride them. Don't know where they're from. That's like one of the most confusing parts so far of like the lore is like, and especially in the movies too, because I knew that Sauron or Morgoth invented the dragons. It would have made a lot more sense if they were riding dragons, because there are dragons in Mordor, drakes. They're a lot smaller than what they used to be. But these creatures, I have no idea what the fuck they are, where they're from, but they're riding them. It's not like they got them from Rohan, who just keep giving their horses away to weird ass people. They're
Yeah.
not Shadowfax, the Lord of Horses.
The sexiest horse has been all biggest horse cock we've ever seen.
Shadowfax would have just run straight to Mordor. Like he wouldn't have. He would have ran over the cliff, through the marshes, through the gate.
He's so
No one would
fast
have
he
stopped him.
flies.
No one would have stopped him. He would have been going so fast through the gate. Everyone would. They tried to
Every
give him a
horse would
speeding
follow.
ticket. They tried. They tried to give him a speeding ticket. Let me tell you, the Mordor cops could not catch up to Shadowfax. They said, "You know what? Let him go. He's too fast."
Oh shit! Look at that thing go.
The eye couldn't even follow it. It's like I'm trying to see where it's
Too
going.
fast.
Too fast.
Too fast. It's all dick too. It's weird.
And that's the story of the Lord of the Rings. I put it on Shadowfax's mighty horsecock, and he rode right into the Mount Doom.
And it was over.
It was over. Sauron didn't stand a chance.
So yeah, and that's probably like story wise, like an alright.
I can't believe there's an entire chapter about rabbits.
Basically, I mean, like because of this like, little fire that he has to cook the rabbits. Is how Boromir or not Boromir, his
Boromir. Faramir.
yeah,
That,
Faramir.
is it Faramir?
Yeah, it's Faramir. How Faramir finds them.
Boromir. Faramir.
Boromir is dead.
Come on,
Faramir is
Denethor.
alive.
Denethor, figure out how to name your fucking kids. Boromir and Faramir.
What did we name the last one? Boromir.
Do you ever see,
Change the B to an F.
if you guys haven't seen it yet, there's this really hilarious clip online from College Humor. It's in their show Game Changer. They're like a big improv comedy sketch group. And they got this YouTube short where a guy named Brennan Mulligan, he's a big nerd. He loves Lord of the Rings. He gets this prompt that's Sauron, but it's Donald Trump. And he just like kills the fucking accent. There's these little people living in holes in the ground. By the way, doorknobs in the middle of the door. How does that work? Smoking pipes, crack perhaps?
No, it's marijuana.
And he goes, Denethor, by the way, not a real king. I call him Little Tomato. You've seen this guy eat a tomato? Freaky guy. It was so good. It was all improv. I was like, that was phenomenal. Like, literally took Donald Trump, put him in Middle Earth, and then did the whole accent as Sauron. And from the point of view of calling all of the heroes, freaky guy. By the way, not a real king.
I like it. I haven't watched College Humor in so long.
Yeah. They have some ups and downs, but yeah, for sure.
I used to like watch them a lot in high school. Like we actually did a video of their fuck, what was the last Batman movie of the main trilogy? When Bane was introduced.
It's the Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises. We did a parody of that off of their parody.
Oh, where they're wearing the Batman suit?
Yeah. I played Batman, and one of the guys I was with, like, we'd like the fake fight, and he was like fake knee me in the face, and he fucking kneed me in the face, and I just dropped like a fucking rock. We go, it was a good blooper.
That's great.
I was like rolling around on the ground. He smacks me in the face, and I drop because I am so sorry. I'm son of a bitch.
You did that he did it on purpose, guaranteed.
God damn it.
Pin up aggression.
Michael Teller, I'll remember that.
College Humor has done some really good stuff. I remember they did the whole, it's also Brendan Lee Mulligan. He does the CEO one where he's the Oreo CEO that comes in and they're doing marketing. He's like, why am I here? Am I here for a birthday? No, we're doing marketing. He's like, oh, okay, sure. And they go through all these cookies, Memorial Day cookies, Labor Day cookies. Like, guys, we invented the perfect cookie 200 years ago. You don't have to come into work anymore. Like, it sells itself. So that's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we'll finish Frodo's story and then continue the Lord of the Rings for one more book.
God damn. It's remarkable how long
it's the longer book.
I think it's short. The Fellowship is the longest.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
When I look at my books, The Return of the King is the longest one.
You have the physical copies?
Yeah.
Now, do they do like
it gets smaller to bigger
intros in the books?
I don't know. I've never actually opened them.
Because I've got the big one. It's all in one.
I got like these leather copy ones, which are all very nice. They were on sale for like Amazon. They did some like book sale, so I bought a fuck ton of books.
I was thinking about getting leather.
I got the Witcher series.
Hell yeah,
which looked cool. I got my Lord of the Rings collector's edition. I got Red Rising series, which is the series I want to do next.
Red Rising.
Red Rising.
I'm gonna look it up, see if it's stupid.
It's all right. I liked it. I had the first book.
Oh, that's good. Just the cover.
So you need
dystopian science fiction. That seems like the move. You gotta like jump. You gotta have a change in pace. You know, we went from Warhammer to Tolkien. Now give me some dystopian science fiction.
Yeah, I liked it. The first book's like it definitely has like parts that are like I've only read the first book, so
you are read it.
Well, they did it for the book club.
You can't read books.
There's 5 or 6 books. All right, I've only read the first one.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna reread it for you.
Well, I appreciate that. No, you're not. You're gonna be like, yeah, I reread it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do that. All right. Anyway, That's mostly the two towers. We'll finish up Frodo's story. Maybe talk about Return of the King. I mean, everything's so sequential that it's kind of like
I mean, we're
hard
gonna
to
talk
say
about Shadowfax for sure, and I know that's why everyone that's listening right now is really tuning in. They want updates
on
on
Shadowfax.
Shadowfax.
That's fair. Shadowfax is the best part of Gandalf.
And I believe it is
Who's writing
actually
Shadowfax? Is
I
Shadowfax writing you, or are you writing Shadowfax?
I mean, the only person in the lore that's ever able to really ride Shadowfax is Bill the pony.
Man, where's Bill?
Where is Bill? That's another thing. When they took out from Rivendell in the first movie, I wanted to pause the movie and be like, "That's Bill the pony."
That's the most important character. Where the fuck is Bill? Is he alive? Is he dead? Like where is Bill? Sam cares about Bill. We care about Bill.
Exactly.
God damn it. I'll put up wanted posters around
Where's
the neighborhood. But yeah, we'll be back next week. As always, hit us up on Discord. Find that pin to our Twitter at Heresy Lodge. Email us at theheresylodge@gmail.com. Check us out on YouTube at the Heresy Lodge. We have merch. Buy it. There's no good reason to buy it, but you should buy it anyway.
Yeah, spend the money for no reason.
Amen. That's what
But
money's for. It's to spend.
I think that's a great. I'm thinking about it now. Trivia name: Shadowfax's cock ring.
I can't wait for our next trivia night.
Mm-hmm.
As always, guys, have a good one. We'll see you next week.